fact that ये nuclear command authority मिली है. Now sir मैं एक
second मैं मुनीर की
खत्म बस फिर उसके बाद आ जाओ आप. ये हुआ 10th को उन्होंने मना कर दिया and all. My question to you is हमने मारा जरूर ये जगह. America has gone on record said कि हमारा कोई asset नहीं है यहाँ पे. हमारा कोई in these areas we have no control over Pakistani nukes and all that. How accurate do you think that statement is? Do they have? And for this, before I've asked you this question, but before that, the New York Times article from 2007. We went deeper into this. This was written by David Sanger. He's there. He's absolutely an amazing reporter over there. National security. His sources in the Pentagon are very good. The article, essentially, the gist is that in 2007, the Bush administration had rolled in $100 million grant to protect Pakistan's nuclear weapons. Because in 2007, towards the fag end of the Bush presidency, Pakistan was in absolute turmoil. The fear of a bomb going into the hands of, a rogue element in Pakistan, all of them are rogue, but a terror group getting their hands on it was very high. So they bankrolled. This is the article. Yeah, so they bankrolled essentially protection of Pakistani nukes.
So Noor Khan, you're talking
about. They didn't take names. So another important fact of this is that in the article, buried in the article, David Sanger also says that the New York Times knew about this clandestine program, $100 million grant, which probably was more, knew about it for 3 years. They withheld publication for 3 years. Therefore, you roll back, those are 4. So there was institutional support provided over there to Pakistan with knowledge of the Pentagon, of probably the American deep state, etc., that they have assets in there that are in control of nukes, or if not in control, at least they know that, the nukes are safe with Pakistan, where they are monitoring of this. Now, this is all published. This is not something that the Indian media has come out. This is New York Times over there. And we all know the way, the Bush administration and the Pakistanis were they knew everything. My point being, did the alarm bells now go off in America? Was the Trump cabinet finally told that we have also assets on the ground and we need to intervene now and at least help in getting a ceasefire going?
Again, I'm coming to Munir's statement.
Absolutely.
What did he say? We can still have 10 more wars with them.
Oh, the February 5th.
He's a rogue man. He's very, very Islamist. He's a Hafiz. He knows the Quran Sharif, the Hadith back of the hand. And wherever he goes, he impresses them with those Arabic quotes. If he had the control about, he's the only one who's never spoken about a nuclear thing. If he knew that they can go in for a nuclear attack, why would he say 10 times we'll go for a war? You can say we will not let them go the next time. He's never mentioned nukes. So that means he doesn't have the control.
The Americans.
And then there are people who have come on board to say that there was an interview which I was seeing of an Air Force officer. He said वो जा रहा था तो उसने sergeant ने रोक दिया उसको
कि आगे नहीं बढ़ सकते. Yeah, this Imtiaz Gul जो है वो पाकिस्तानी security analyst हैं. He has written and he says that this area American operational control through covert arrangement under de facto, and he says that this area US aircraft regularly land and take off from here, and he says senior Pakistan military officials are restricted from accessing certain operations at the base, and that's the reason why America on the second day got active. This is Imtiaz Gul who has said this, that even Pakistan military officials cannot get in that area of Noor Khan, and it is like some of the air bases in Afghanistan when the American air bases were operating out there.
Okay, so there are two things. Definitely there was a plan. If you look at 2007 was where the global war on terror was there, and Americans were based in Pakistan and going into Afghanistan. Okay, so I at that time was in service and I remember this incident. I was keenly watching will the Pakistanis agree to have American control systems so that it doesn't fall into rogue elements. From what I've read and what I remember, they clearly refused. Pakistan clearly said we will not have any, these are our strategic assets, we will not have American controlled systems over it. Okay, that's first. Then about American bases in Pakistan, historically, Pakistan was created because they agreed, Jinnah agreed that you can have Anglo-Saxon bases over there. Okay. If you look at the Indian National Congress, they did not have a political sense. They were very clear that we will not allow any imperial power to have bases in.
No, air bases, traditional air bases, agreed. They did that even during the Gulf Wars. The fueling and etc. was happening. But this is your crown jewels, right, for Pakistan. This is their...
So I don't think the Pakistanis have ceded control over that, because the entire, they have to play the new card too. That's what gives them power. Okay, I don't think so. Whether the American bases where they don't permit Pakistan personnel to enter, highly possible. This is my assessment.
That they will not, because there are several people who are monitoring, the Pakistani web and OSINT handles, which are saying that this conversation is happening, that they are not allowed to go inside. And that when the bombing happens.
If there is a foreign military base, especially an American military base on Pakistani soil, definitely they will not permit Pakistani personnel to enter that. Okay? That's very clear. It happens in all over Europe also, where there is an American base, it is guarded by the Americans, and they will not allow anyone else to enter it.
Okay, as we are coming towards the end of the conversation, I just want to ask from you, there is a certain section within India which says that this was too quickly we entered the war, if it is a war. Did it end too quickly? Were the objectives met? Should the objectives have been wider?
Yeah, I'll say something. I'll try to deflect this. The reason is, you see, government has plans. What plans they are, it's too early for us to say anything about it. I'm being very reasonable about it, because when the government says Op Sindur continues, why they pulled back or they went into suspension of operations, there are a lot of geographical reasons. I will not spell in this place. I'm very clear about that. At that juncture, in the month of May, going in for a war, when I say war, it's now you're crossing the realm of missiles and air warfare, the new kind
boots
of air
on the ground kind of thing.
The boots on the ground kind of thing. So, it's too early for us to make any assessment which may affect the security scenario.
Do subscribe to the ANI Clips channel to get shorter versions of this podcast. Click here to watch the full episode.